It may be a while before the public knows which web shops have secured gaming licenses. Minister with responsibility for gaming explains why additional time is required. Cleopatra Murphy has more.
Gaming Minister the Honorable Obi Wilchcombe says government has extended the transitional period for the web shop sector to allow the Gaming Board additional time to process large volumes of work still to be done. Some 1,750 employees have to be vetted, and Wilchcombe says control systems must be in place to balance interactive gaming along with money laundering and terrorist funding controls.
I have instructed that we must be as diligent as possible. We must not take shortcuts because taking shortcuts will hurt us internationally. We are abiding by the FAFT guidelines and all other international organizations.
Wilchcombe did not specify how long the extension would be, but says the Gaming Board has an internal deadline that he did not reveal. In addition, he says officials are ensuring that banks are kept updated on all information they are receiving to assure them that proper monitoring is in place and web shops are complying with regulations.
We have 621 houses that are in fact open throughout the Bahamas. Some 20 have closed. We had 10 of the web houses that in fact submitted RFPs, but only 9 completed all the forms. And of course, $10 million accompanied their submissions.
Government has collected around $35 million in taxes, penalties, and other fees. Wilchcombe projects an additional $20 million will come in annually, and that could also increase. He says web shops have been cooperative despite 1 or 2 issues that came up.
One house, for instance, opened a facility and many thought that they did not have permission, but in fact they had listed that as a business that was to open, and another company I think has done the same thing.
As to how many web shops will be granted licenses, the minister says that remains up in the air until sufficient information is gathered.
At one point I said no less than about 8. The truth is I will wait for the recommendation that will come from the experts who are looking at it.
In the meantime, Wilchcombe says he feels good about the progress that has been made as government moves to regulate the web shop sector. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.